Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Jamie from Colors. I am Jamie, and today is Purple Day. We are going to do her skin tone purple. So far in this mini series, we have done red, green and yellow, blue, just in case you need to color a Smurf, and orange. Oh, she goes this way too. Orange was last week's. So if you haven't seen any of those and you want to, you can go look them up. They are in my videos, and they'll also be in the tutorial playlist. So if you need any of those, go back and take a look. So today we are doing purple. Alright, so let's grab our first color, which is going to be Grade Lavender. These are Prismacolors, all the pencils that I'm using today. They'll be listed in the description box down below, and then up on your screen up here I will have which pencil I am using. So you can follow along with me if that's what you would like. Okay, so this is a little bit bigger face than we've done before. I'm hoping it doesn't take us too long. So we're going to take the Grade Lavender and we're just going to put a base coat of this all over her skin. Just lightly, no pressure needed. Okay. I'm doing bigger circular motions because this is just our first coat, and this is a fairly large face. So I am using bigger strokes. Sorry about the hum of my computer. I'm trying to decide what I want to do to eliminate that from the videos, but for now it is what it is. Okay, probably haven't seen much yet. This is a very light color, very light coat, but we're just putting it all over her skin. Gives us something to blend into and something to work on. My kiddo, Curly, he's in the stairwell again. He likes to be there, so if you hear him singing or talking or laughing, that's he's having a good old time. Okay, so we'll set that pencil aside for a minute. I think we're going to start with dark colors and then work our way light. So we're going to do Dioxazine Purple hue and put it in the shadows, so right up against her hairline. I want to keep this fairly close. I'm not using any pressure, just lightly putting this in the shadows. Around those little pearls. On Friday, I think we're gonna finish one of these mermaids. I'll have to decide which one, as we've done so many of their skin tones. I just don't know which one we want to finish. Okay, so I'm going in her eyelashes. And in the crease of her eye. Okay. And let's go over and do it this side. We'll do in her eyelashes. Okay, and then into the crease of her eye. Okay, and then we're going to do right under her nose. There. Right under her lip. There. And we need to take her nose here. We're going to do right around the bottom, the nostril there. Remember, I'm not pressing, just lightly adding this. Okay, then we're going to kind of lightly get this color up so it meets that crease of her eye. It's very light. We'll be able to blend a lot of it out with the other colors. We just want some sort of bridge of a nose. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on this side. So just lightly, it's okay. If you fudge it up at all, it'll be fine. Okay, let's go a little bit across the bridge right here. Kind of builds a little roundness to our nose. Okay, that was the hardest spot, and it's over. You already did it. Okay. Alright, let's come underneath her chin. Her head would be casting a shadow onto her neck. So we just want good shadow there. Okay, and she's got a necklace here. We've got to work around. Some pearls. Okay, and we have this critter. If you need to turn your paper, turn your paper. I'm trying really hard not to turn my paper just so you guys can see. Around the shell, along the seaweed or grass, whatever this is. Okay, I think that, looking to see if I want anywhere else this dark. Good, we'll need that color again, so don't put it too far. Okay, then let's come in with the violet. And we're going to go over the Dioxazine Purple and feather it out a little bit. We're not pressing. We are very light touch. Just working this in. These colors are similar. I mean, they all are. They're all purple, violet colors. Okay, I'll just work in there. Blend out from those eyelashes, and then take this around underneath her eye and down into that bridge of her nose. Okay. We're going to come down her cheek edge here. Just like that. Okay. Go underneath her nose, underneath her lip. Then around her nose, those into that crease. All the way around her eye. Around underneath her eye, and down into the crease of that, into her nose, and just kind of work it in there. Okay, we're going to come down her face. We've kind of come, we want to come as far as we got on this side, so a little bit away from where the neck connects. Down in there. Okay. Okay, looking good. Let's put this a little bit underneath the rest of her mouth. Okay. Alright, then take that into her neck. Feather it out a little further than we did before, then around her necklace. Go everywhere you put that Dioxazine Purple and then just feather it out a little further. And this is a bigger face than we've worked on our past videos, so don't be afraid to feather out further than you have on the other ones. You've got more space to fill. Okay. Okay. Then let's grab Dahlia Purple, and we're going to do the same thing. Go over everything we did with the violet and then out just a little bit further. Now this Dahlia Purple is a little bit of a warmer purple, and so it's going to look different. It's gonna look closer to red, and that's okay. Just put it over everything you've already done, and then feather it out further. We'll cool it back down with our next color over the top of it. Bring this down a little bit. Okay. Alright, let's go into the crease of our eye, feathering out. We're coming down the bridge of our nose. We want to feather out in towards her nose and out towards her cheek. So both directions. Okay, she looks kind of funny. That's okay. No worries. Alright, let's go into her other eye. Oh, I'm getting my head in the way again. I just got done filming orange and I got my head in the way a couple of times on that one too. I don't know, I just feel like I want to be close to the paper today. I want to be one with it. Lay on top of it while I color. I don't know. Okay, around her lip here. Okay, then down on the neck. Okay, and then down around all this jewelry and everything else. No pressure, just light circular motions. Feathering out. This color is adding a little warmth, but it's also making it look a little funny right now. That's okay. It's the hot mess stage of the picture. You could stop now and yell and scream and say, I messed it up, it looks horrible. Or you could just finish the picture. I, for one, think we're just gonna finish the picture. All right, so let's grab, this is Parma Violet. Violet de Parma. We're just gonna do the same thing. Go over everything we've already done. And feather it out. I wanna leave a highlight right below the brow there. Also left her eyelid. We'll add color there in a minute. And bridge of her nose here. Making sure to feather out both directions on her nose. On her cheek. Fill in the rest of that chin. We're going to take this color down on her nose a little bit. Okay. This way. And down below. Okay, then come up here on her forehead, do the same thing. I'm going to fill in some of this forehead above her eyebrow there. Let's fill that in a little bit. Kind of fill in her nose a little bit. Okay. And then we'll come down on her neck. Add this color to her neck. Okay. Now let's take this Parma Violet. We're gonna go on her eyelid a little bit, not all the way to the center though, like kind of like that. Kind of a little bit past where her eyelashes stop. Okay. Just like that. Alright, then we're going to go back to the gray to lavender. And let's start by putting in this waterline. on her eye. Okay, and then let's go over her eyelid. Okay, just like that. Over her eyelid. And then into her waterline. Okay. Now we're going to take this over everything and then fill in anything we still have left. Highlights. Just lightly going over everything. Getting color on everything, making sure our paper has lots of color on it. Get in those highlight areas. I'm not using any pressure. I'm just making sure there's lots of pencil on this paper. Okay, down her neck. And everything. And the shoulders. Okay, got lots of color on that paper. Make sure. This might be a pretty one to finish on Friday. I don't know though, right now she kind of looks like a hot mess. No, she'll be pretty. Okay, so now you've got lots of color on your paper. Everything is in. You have a couple options. You need to blend, and you've got a couple options to do that. We can either take our grade lavender and really tightly blend with it, or we can take our colorless blender, which we did on the orange mermaid. If you'd like to see how to use that and do the same things, start in your dark area, work your way out to light, burnishing down your paper. We could use a paper stump, either dry or with Gamsol, and work that into the paper. Or we can use Gamsol and a paintbrush, which I think we're going to try today. Let's see if it will do enough. Okay. We'll see, because we haven't done that yet on these mermaids. So let's try that. Let's try taking a paintbrush. This is just a cheap watercolor paintbrush that I have designated for Gamsol. Okay, so I'm dipping it in the Gamsol, bringing it out, and then you've got to kind of dry your paintbrush. On a paper towel, napkin, something. So just tap that out so that it's not too wet. Okay. Okay. Then we want to start in dark area of our picture, just like we would if we were using a colorless blender or pencil and work out into the dark area. So this is a good option if you can't press, because there's no pressing needed on this like there is with the pencil. Okay. Trick with this is to make sure that you have enough colored pencil on your paper, because these are just wax-based colored pencils. You can do this with oil-based pencils as well, but they're not watercolor pencils. This isn't, it's not because they're reacting that way. You've got to have enough pencil on your paper for this to work. And we can work over the top of it because we're not burnishing the paper, we're not flattening the tooth. So once it dries, we can go back over it with colored pencil and fix anything we don't like. Like, so maybe that's too light. We can go back over it with more colored pencil once it's dry. Okay. If you don't like using mineral spirits, odorless mineral spirits, then use your pencil. Use a colorless blender pencil. Those other videos will show you how to use those if you'd like, if you don't want to use odorless mineral spirits. For me, I don't mind them, but people have their reasons, and that's okay. Have the reasons for not wanting it in their home. They have cats, they don't want their cat to drink it. I always make sure I keep it away from my children, and it's not in a cup. I don't want anybody to drink it, so I just make sure it's never in a cup. It's always, I always put it in a jar with a lid. And if I'm not using it right then, the lid is on it. So, okay. I think we need some more. Dip it in there, wipe it off, or tap it off. Alright, let's get up on her forehead. We want to start in the darkest areas. I have the most pencil and pull it out. There's something to work with. We're working on a big surface area here, so it'll take a minute to do. Alright, this spot here is not going to blend as well because we don't have as much pencil down, but we'll blend what's there and then we can go back and put more pencil over the top. Okay. Got my paintbrush off. Okay, let's go down her neck. Almost. Okay. Okay, looks good. Put my lid on because I'm going to use it for a minute. You can just feel it. You can feel if it's wet. It dries pretty quick. We're going to take our grayed lavender and see if we can't put in a little more color. Okay. Each blending technique is going to look a little bit different and you'll learn what you like and what you don't like. I don't use a paintbrush very often. I've learned that I prefer to use a paper stump. I think it goes a little smoother, but not everybody has that option because of arthritis or you know, just hand fatigue for whatever reason. So I'm just kind of adding this in to give us a little more color, a little more blend. Okay. Her shoulders, I think, look pretty good. I didn't have as much light openness there. There we go. And I think she's looking good. Let's grab a little bit of the Dahlia Purple, and I don't want to press. I'm going to hold it like way back here be very light with it. I just want to add some of that color in here. Some of that warmth. Very light. I'm going to blend it out here in a minute. Just really lightly. You just want to add some of that warmth. Okay. Grab your grayed lavender again and go over the top of it. Okay. Just lightly. Okay, let's take those odorless minerals again. Tap it off. Okay, and let's go. Just kind of dissolve that pencil that we just put down. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that looks really good. Alright, let's have it dry a little bit. While it dries, let's add some color to her lips. So let's take that grayed lavender and just put a layer on there. And then I think let's take the Dahlia Purple and we'll put that on the edges. Along the top of her bottom lip. Maybe along the bottom of her bottom lip. Okay. Then let's take Parma Violet. Go over the top of it. Pull it in. Okay, then take your grayed lavender again. And just blend it out with that pencil. Okay. Feels dry, so let's take the Dioxazine Purple and let's go just darken some of this shadow a little bit. And because we haven't pressed the tooth of the paper in, it's going to take all that pencil again. You can put as much pencil on, blend it out, and put more pencil, blend it out. You can keep going this way because you're not pressing the tooth of the paper in. Let's go in her eyelashes. Okay, like that. Let's take our brush and just blend that out a little bit so we don't have such a harsh line. Okay, all right, let's zoom out a little bit and take a look at her. All right, I think she turned out great. I think just experiment with the different ways of blending and find what you like. You'll probably find that you like some ways better than others, depending on what paper you're using, what colors you're using, everything. I think she turned out really pretty. I think let's grab a white, if I can find one. Oh, maybe I can't find one. Oh, there it is. A white Posca paint pen. This is always an option if you feel like you've gone too dark on an area. So let's just take this Posca paint pen and let's add a highlight to her mouth. So we'll just kind of put, and then to her nose. You can do that anywhere if you feel like you need more highlight up here. Take your paint pen, stamp it out with your finger. If you want some in her eyelashes, you can do that too. I use this quite often for the highlight in their eye. If you feel like the highlight is too much, you've put it there, you're going, oh my gosh, it's standing out like a sore thumb. What was I thinking? Just make sure it's dry. Then take your pencil, color right over the top of it. Now I'll just tone it down. No big deal. All right, well, there she is. I think she looks better if we zoom out a little bit and see it a little more in realistic view here. There goes my mailman, so I should go check my mail. And I hope you guys have a good day. I hope you find time to relax and color, enjoy yourself. If you like this video, like these tutorials, give them a thumb up. Let me know that you like them, that you want more kind of the mini half-hour little tutorials. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!